Yeah, man. I mean, we were super excited at first. Indiana really seemed like the land of opportunity. But after a while, we started getting homesick. And real sick.
There's no place like home. Wait, where are we from again?
Ireland, man. We're from Ireland. Can't you tell from our accents?
Oh, you mean...
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, we started to wonder if it would be possible to go home again.
That's what we called you.
That's right. They called me. I'm Lucinda, the world's first and foremost snake documentarian. I was responsible for the short documentary film Carpooling with St. Pat, where I broke the true story of what St. Patrick did with all those snakes he drove out of Ireland.
And a breathtaking piece of journalistic integrity it was, too.
When Frood and Lockjaw got in touch with me to let me know of their wishes to return home to Ireland and asked me to reach out to St. Pat on their behalf, I agreed immediately. I decided to pay another visit to St. Pat to see if he would be amenable to letting the snakes back into Ireland at long last.
No snakes. Not now. Not ever. Jerks.
Uh-oh. I quickly realized I was going to need some extra help convincing St. Pat to see the error of his ways. Due to the groundbreaking work seen in my previous documentary, I've been in contact with several saints who also wanted their stories told. While they were all obviously great in their own ways, I knew I had to find the perfect saint to help me figure out how to convince St. Patrick to let go of his anti-snake stance. I considered several. First, I debated St. Lidwina, patron saint of ice skaters. I mean, we were all kind of skating on thin ice at the moment, and ice skaters are really good at not falling down, so she seemed promising.
And remember, keep your stick on the ice.
I also debated St. Bernardo of Siena. He's the patron saint of advertising and public relations. Maybe if we got a real solid advertising plan going, we could change the image of snakes.
First rule of business, stay in line.
Unfortunately, snake-based documentary filmmaking doesn't exactly roll in the profits, so I knew it would be next to impossible to get an advertising gig going. Naturally, that led my thoughts to St. Rita, patron saint of the impossible. Seemed like a good enough guess.
Nothing is impossible. Unless you're a millennial. Or Gen Z. If you're Gen Z,
I was really getting a headache at this point. I even debated St. Denis.
I don't think I'd recommend this.
But then, I had it.
Hi, St. Pat!
What are you doing in my house?
Want to go for a ride?
No!
I'll start your car.
Get away from my car!
For you see, I had discovered what I thought would be the perfect saint to interview. St. Guinefort.
That is a dog.
That's St. Guinefort. Hi, St. Guinefort.
St. Guinefort has had a difficult life. He's never been officially recognized by the church, but anyone who's anyone knows that St. Guinefort was the real deal. You see, St. Guinefort lived in 13th century France and was tasked with minding his human's baby while his human went off to fight in a war or whatever people did in the 13th century. Anyway, when the human came back home, he found Guinefort covered in blood and the baby missing, so the human killed St. Guinefort. However, soon after, he heard the baby crying and found that Guinefort had hidden the baby and then engaged in combat with a viper to save the baby's life. Guinefort's human felt terrible for what he had done, and thus the veneration of Guinefort began, which I guess I can let go of the snake mutilation just this once. Fortunately, St. Guinefort agreed to meet with me. Unfortunately, while he's forgiven snakes for their role in his untimely passing, he doesn't actually speak any English.
Do you prefer being called Saint Guinefort? Or Guinefort? Or Guinefort?
What are you doing?
So I heard that you could help us. That you might know someone who... Are we going? Ooh! An adventure! Come on!
I didn't sign up for any of this.
Come on!
It turned out he'd been working with another saint very closely for some time. Someone who's very, very close to animals.
Are you sure this is the place?
Yes, Ow! Quit tripping on me.
Well, it'd help if you had legs and weren't crawling on the ground. Why the heck is our side so cold and crappy?
The mysteries of faith.
Right.
Oh, hi there.
Hi!
Now, who the heck are you?
I'm St. Francis of Assisi.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, are you a fan too? Great guy.
St. Francis is the patron saint of animals.
That's right, and a lot of other irrelevant stuff too. But boy, do I love God's creatures.
I like your shirt.
Thanks. You know, we really have to get a handle on the world's problems. You know that the bee population has been declining?
Look, why are we here?
Well, I was hoping that St. Francis would help to convince you that all animals are worthy of love, and thus help you get over this mental block you have against snakes.
I don't have a mental block.
Yes, you do.
What? Snakes? I love snakes.
Really?
Yes, you snakes are great.
This is disgusting.
Well, that's part of the charm. You know snakes have no eyelids?
Oh, it's true, I don't. Hey.
And you know that snakes can hitch their lower jaws and swallow their prey whole?
What?
Yeah, see?
Get away from me.
St. Guinefort told me you're having some problems with snakes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, what's the trouble?
What's the trouble? I'll tell you what's the trouble. Snakes are a nuisance.
Snakes are great.
You're crazy. You're crazy, too.
You're crazy if you can't see any of the love in all of God's animals.
All the animals?
All the animals.
What about bats?
Man, I love bats. Did you know that bats are the only true flying mammals? If I could, I'd hug every bat.
How about spiders?
Or the mongoose. Man, that guy's a real downer.
Or the tapir. Those things look really weird.
Or chickens. I hear they can live without their heads. Monsters.
Or those sneaky parrots, repeating everything and stealing your infallible marketing ideas.
And if you trip on your toe pick, what about if there's sharks just waiting for you when you fall through the ice?
But what about unicorns? I'm pretty mad that people think unicorns are an impossibility.
Oh man, I love all those animals. In fact, I'd embrace all of them if I could.
Why is this happening?
Land piranhas.
I've never heard of those.
That's because we don't want nobody to know our secret plans for world domination. Let's get 'em, gang.
Oh, no! Ow! 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 This feels very historically inaccurate.
Should we do something?
We could use a little divine intervention down here.
Look, all I ever ask for is a little bit of common sense. I mean, be kind to others and all, but don't go sticking your hand into a bunch of land piranhas. I'm God, and I wouldn't do that. But alright, fine. I didn't even invent these things anyway. One of you weird humans must have done that. Alright, here we go.
Wow, thanks, God. I thought that was mincemeat there for a while.
I don't believe it.
It's a miracle! Oh. It's still winter over here.
It's a miracle you're so stupid and you still survive. Regret that stuff about loving all the animals yet?
Heck no, I'm going to open a conservatory for these land piranhas. We've got to protect these creatures. In fact, next time I'm going to go with gloves. In fact, where am I going to find gloves? We got to protect the animals. We need to save the beasts. This is our planet. Animals are our home.
Well, I guess St. Francis learned something.
I have no idea what I learned. Did God sound different to you?
Yeah, it's probably a Brexit thing.
I'll tell you what. We can have a truce. I'll stop persecuting the snakes.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm
Really?
so excited. Oh, that's great news. Ooh, I can't wait to tell all my snake friends. Let's go right now. I'll drive. Woo!
No, get away from my car. Get.
Like I said, nobody has any common sense.
Did we do it?
Yay! Put that one in the vault.
Yeah. These are so